Willie D. Live.
Do we have to have Kamala Harris as president over Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you like Kamala over Donald?
So for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm going to start on Kamala Harris because I think it would be typical if I started on why I don't like Donald Trump. I'll tell you why I like Kamala Harris. And I'm not saying that Kamala Harris is a perfect politician, but I'll tell you why I like her. To me, principle is what undergirds politics, if you're a real politician, right? So let's say, so people will talk about Kamala Harris and that the fact that she's different on some issues now than she used to be. What they never ask her, what never gets asked is, what did she learn, right? So when I'm 31, 32, 33 years old, I'm an advocate of single-payer health care. It's the only way to save American health care. And that is true. Single-payer health care in this country, to me, health care for all is one of the major issues of American society. Now, you feel that way when you're 31, 32, 33. If you're Kamala Harris, you felt that way back in the day. Or if you're any other person. You get inside of the political structure, and then you realize that single-payer health care might not happen for a generation. It might not happen for 2 generations. There's not the political will to make it happen, even on your side. And then at the same time, things are so intractable that might not be a feasible and a realistic solution to the healthcare problem in America right now. Then the question becomes, what can we do? Is the ACA good enough? Are other situations that are federally mandated federally mandated is the only word, are they good enough? So when I see the changes in Kamala Harris's political philosophy on a lot of things, I've seen a change being affected by her understanding certain political realities now that she didn't understand as a political neophyte before. As someone who jumped onto the national stage in the late 2010s, that was a lot more left, but probably a lot more idealistic. She's been there for 4 years, and she's seen, to me, what she can do and how she can affect and serve the most people. And despite the fact that there are some challenges in America right now, and those challenges are real, I think coming from what we came from, it is better to stay on the trajectory right now of someone who is looking to optimize the buying power of the middle class, optimize the rise and the stability of the middle class. By the way, I think that neither side talks about the lower class as much. We talk about the American middle class, but I think we need to have more conversations about the American lower class and how those lower class people get to middle class. But when I see her and what she's talking about, I see progress, and I see moving away from some of the corrosive and backwards political discussions that we've been having since the rise of Trumpism.
Is that just because she's trying to become president, she wants your vote, or do you think that that's really coming from an authentic place?
I think it's coming from an authentic place. I do think that we have to understand, at least I do. I'm not going to tell anybody else what to do. I understand what politics is, right? Politics, particularly a political campaign, is an extended first date, you know? Like, it's an extended first date. Like, at the beginning of the first date, you're on your best behavior, whatever. In the middle, you feel comfortable making a couple of jokes. Now, you might make fun of where she went to school. You might play with her a little bit at the end, you know what I'm saying? And then, towards the end of the date, you're not comfortable now.
Fuck everybody. I'm never doing it.
You're not comfortable now, so now you have a little bit of information to work with. What is she cool with? What is this person cool with? What are they into? What might she do? What might not she do? Now you know her a little bit. But at the beginning, you still are trying to show a version of yourself that's not necessarily inauthentic, but a version of yourself that you want people to see, that you want people to consume. I hate it. When I'm in front of anybody, I just like to have the conversation straight up. And I think that I think if there's one thing to be said about Donald Trump is that he's a ridiculous liar, but he means all of his lies. Like, he means them. He lies on purpose. He doesn't get caught in an accidental lie. He has a point of view, and he's too narcissistic to hide himself from people. He's that fucked up, and it always comes out. So, I do think there's a part of her that people that know her, and I don't know her, but when you talk to people that know her see that maybe hasn't quite been reflected on the campaign trail, but I think that's par for the course with most politicians.